Hello, hi, and assalamu alaikum. Life on Earth is full of diversity, each with solitary identities. Some born and live together, while some live with literally half of brain. While some lives extraordinary size of legs, which represents 3 times the rest of her body, while some has the ability to pop her eyes out. This skill. So let's have a look at these pretty souls you won't believe existed until you see them.
Sultan Kösen. Starting this top, we find someone tall, and it's not a joke since he has been recognized as the tallest man in the world who still remains alive. According to the Guinness World Records, he was born in Turkey like any other child in Turkey with an average size. However, at the age of 10 years old, a tumor in the pituitary gland caused abnormal growth, which would later be known as a diseased pituitary giant, and he reached 8.28 feet in height. And if you're wondering, yes, he was offered a career in basketball, although having a delicate physique made this sport.
Gery Turner.
If you ever imagine being the rubber man, British Gery Turner is the closest to reality.
Because he suffers from genetic disorder called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. Despite the fact that his condition generates pain in certain joints, his smile never goes away, and he has even acquired the title of the man with most stretchiest skin on the planet. He managing to stretch the skin of his stomach up to 6.3 inches. His title was granted at the beginning of 2000, and to the date there hasn't man who suppress him.
Mandy.
This English woman was diagnosed with a rare disease that causes her legs to reach a morbid in extraordinary size, which prevents her from even walking. Her legs were so large that they could weigh 210 pounds, which represents 3 times the rest of her body. In 2010, due to her infection in left leg, had to be amputated. Currently, Mandy is in treatment to shrink her legs, which is apparently working.
Jyoti Amage. This little Indian actress is known because she was featured in the Story Freak Show series. And however, if we talk about when she is in topics due to his tiny size 2.06 caused by a genetic disorder, she ended up obtaining the world record in 2011 as the smallest woman in the world, being 2.8 inches smaller than the previous one a title holds up until now.
Carlous Rodriguez. This man in video were not photoshopped on YouTube. In the early 2010s, you had probably seen this man, who arrested for attempted murder after setting his mattress on fire and endangered the lives of his 2 neighbors. Many thought that his mug shots is photoshopped in his pictures. In reality, Rodriguez had a flat head, as it has been squished. When he was questioned, he claimed that he didn't. He always looked like that he was born with a normal head, until he got into a car accident at the age of 14. As a result, the doctors removed a portion of his skull and brain for him to remain alive. It's almost impossible to believe, but Carlous is a man who lives with literally half a brain.
Ronnie and Donnie Galyon. Ronnie and Donnie Galyon were born in July 1951 with a combined weight of 11 pounds and 11 ounces and were joined at abdomen. And each brother has its own set of limbs as well as an individual stomach, intestine, and kidneys, but they share lower abdomen part, which made it difficult for doctors to separate them at the time of birth. And in their later life, they refused to get separated and spent their entire lives face to face. Brothers spent 60 years, decades of their lives as sideshow performers. Until their retirement in 1991, the pair died from congestive heart failure in July 2020 at 68 as the oldest conjoined twins ever recorded.
Goodman. If we talk about people you wouldn't find anywhere and would make anyone's jaw drop, we would have to name this woman who, due to accident with a hockey mask, now has the ability to farthest pop her eyeballs out, which is approximately 12mm, which is totally insane. This skill made her appear in TV shows and ever made her worthy of world record for her strange and amazing ability.
Lizze Velasquez. Elizabeth N. Velasquez was born 4 weeks earlier than planned in Texas, United States, where she began to develop her condition progeria, disease that accelerates the aging of newborn babies. She was called by many people as the ugliest woman in the world, an offense that did not stop in her fight against bullying, uploading several videos on YouTube, giving motivational speeches, and even writing a book focusing on the beauty of each person and in the little importance and that given to those who think otherwise. A great example of overcoming obstacles.
Shrider chillal. This man didn't cut his nails for 66 years. He holded a world record for longest fingernails are reached on a single hand with a combined health of 909.6 centimeters. He stopped cutting his nails from 1952 because when he went to school he broke his teacher's nail. The teacher told him he would never understand the struggle of having long nails, and he took it seriously. The hardest thing to do for him is sleeping. He has to move every 2 hours to avoid breaking his nails. Chill wishes his fingernails will eventually be preserved in museum hall.
Paul Karason. This is a story of man with fair skin and freckled until about 1993. He suffered from dermatitis, which is why he regularly applied a solution of colloidal silver to his skin itself therapy. What happened next no one would have thought possible. His skin turned bluish and it isn't reversible.
Jesus fajardo.
A Mexican man surprised the whole world by his excess hair, and this was the reason why he's nicknamed by news channels as the werewolf. And this was not at all easy with these characteristics. According to Jesus himself, no one was friendly with him, and he even had to leave school because of bullying. There are the only 50 cases in all history. Despite his Jesus not ashamed his condition, he said, "I am tired of this feeling, and I am the same as everyone."
So today I will show some people whose existence you cannot even imagine. So if you are surprised to see them, thumbs up, share to your friends to see their reactions, and don't forget to subscribe to Think Max for more.